Hi, it's me again. And do you remember that MP kicking off about the TV licence fee last week? It was caused by him reading a story in a local paper. That story's now gone proper mainstream. It's gone all over the place. I'm on Lad Bible. Lad Bible have got that story about the TV licence fee. So I thought we could have a look at it because I never actually looked at the story in the video, did I? But there is an important point in it that I think we need to make. So that's partly why I want to talk about it. So just quickly, we'll go through it. Have a look at this. Single mum prosecuted after not realising TV licence had expired. And I say it's in Lad Bible. That's a rare thing for Lad Bible to be covering a story about the telly licence. So it has gone proper mainstream, hasn't it? Let's look. A single mum who didn't realise that a TV licence had expired had been prosecuted and convicted for the mix-up. The woman from Middlesbrough is said to have been hauled to court despite promising to stump up the outstanding bill. So journalist Tristan Kirk explained the whole thing on his Twitter, because that's how we learn about news now. It detailed how the unnamed mum who receives benefits had been visited by a TV licensing officer on the 5th of September. She was informed that, unbeknownst to her, the TV licence had expired. The woman acknowledged she should have kept track of payments during the doorstep interview, and she arranged to set up a payment plan where she would pay the money she owed on a fortnightly basis in instalments. And it's actually got the thing from her. Oh, there's a written note there. If you want to read that, you can pause it and have a look. So, yeah, she's let her TV licence expire. She hasn't paid it. It's your duty to know about it, although I'm sure they would have sent many reminders knowing TV licensing. And she's obviously continued watching whatever she wanted to watch without paying for the licence fee. How did they catch her? Did they know because they parked a detective van out front of our house and detected that she was watching Coronation Street or EastEnders or whatever at night? Did their crack investigative team work it all out? No, the licence had expired. They passed that details onto the goon who went to the door and she dropped herself right in it. Now, you know, how many times do I have to say it? I never condone watching stuff you shouldn't be watching if you don't pay the licence fee. You know that. But there's only one way they would know. This wouldn't be news, and this woman wouldn't be in trouble if when that goon knocked on the door, she went, "No thanks, mate," and closed the door. So many people out there think that these goons are something important, like bailiffs or coppers or something. They dress authoritative, they carry ID and a clipboard and some electronic device to try and make you believe there's something they're not. They say they need to come in to inspect your equipment or missus. They're nobody. They are door-to-door salesmen. Now, she shouldn't be doing stuff she shouldn't be doing. I'm going to just confirm that again so I don't have to keep saying it for the whole video. All she had to do was open the door. "Hello, who are you?" "Hi, I'm from TV licensing." "No thanks, mate." Close the door. This prosecution couldn't have happened. She wouldn't have been all over the press. There'd have been no drama, no fines, nothing if she just kept her gob shut and didn't speak to the goons. This is the message we need to be getting out there. It's all well and good getting people to cancel their TV licences, but if we get people just to not talk to the goons, there can't be any prosecutions for it. I think it's 300,000 a year, something like that, which seems an excessive amount. Is that right? I'm going to check. Hang on. Yeah, I don't know where I plucked that number out of thin air, didn't I? No, it says here it's 44,106 convictions for failing to pay the television licence in the year ending June 22. 47,000 people went through the court process. Whether they appeared in court or not, doesn't matter. It was a court process. How much is that costing the country? You know, if you taking somebody to court or whatever, or you're being taken to court and you've got months wait before you appear in court, it's because the courts have been bogged down with this kind of tat. And her fine was, where was it? It wasn't even the cost of a television licence fee, the fine. Where was it? No, for some reason it doesn't say on here. That's odd, isn't it? It mentions £1,000 as the maximum, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't actually say the full amount of the fine. But from what I gather, it was less than the cost of a TV licence. It was 119, something like 110 quid from memory. But again, I'm plucking numbers out of thin air again. You know, but I recall it being less than the cost of the TV licence fee. So they bogged down the courts, cost the country a fortune in court time, all to get the woman to pay less than the licence fee which they're trying to enforce. Just don't answer the door. We need to get this message out more and more. You know, people know, more and more people are learning that you can cancel your license fee. But more and more people need to know about this, because there's people that have legitimately cancelled and are still getting in trouble because they let them in to look at their telly and they find you've still got iPlayer on your telly and it's still signed in from when you did have a license. Now you're in trouble. It's crazy. Right, so let's say anything else in here. The woman claims she then received an email 15 days later which outlined the dates when the payments would begin. I was on the understanding that I would receive a payment card in the post, which I have not, she said in the court documents. I'm a single mother on universal credit and child benefit. If any outstanding balances can be taken out of my benefits, please arrange that. She's struggling enough already on benefits, and she wants them to garner her benefits. How are the BBC getting away with charging this fee? It's just beyond me. It's beyond me. Despite seemingly setting up a plan of action to reimburse the outstanding balance, TV licensing went forward with the prosecution on the 25th of September. According to Tristan, the single mum was then convicted and fined on the 10th of October. The TV licensing website states that prosecution is a last resort. Does it sound like a last resort to you there? I don't think it's their last resort. I think they want to do it because TV licensing like it when these find their way into the papers. They're normally in the local papers, and it reinforces the narrative to that town because they name and shame that person in their local community, in their local paper. They like that. They like that. It reinforces the narrative. You must pay it and you must be scared of the goons. It's not a last resort at all. They like it. I'm sure of it. They do enough of it. You know, if you don't like doing something and it's a last resort, you don't do it as much as this, do you? The journalist claimed that the woman was instead penalised for her mistake and given no opportunity to rectify it. He said, no out-of-court settlement was offered and the court papers were drawn up before the email confirming the new payment plan had even gone out. What's the point of an action plan if 5 months later it doesn't appear to have been put into action? So you're trying to say to me that TV licensing had an administration error? Wow, how surprised I am at that. The amount of times I've heard that people have phoned up to cancel their television licence and were told that they'll get their refund into their bank, so don't cancel your direct debit. And then, a month later, the direct debit comes out for TV licensing is astounding. I hear it on an almost daily basis. It's ridiculous. That's why I always say, they always tell you when you phone up to cancel, don't cancel your direct debit. That's how we're going to refund you. The first thing you do is cancel your direct debit. Because they're famous for admin errors. They don't care about you. The only thing they care about is earning their commission and selling television licenses that you may not need. And all right, this woman, from what it sounds like, may very well have required a television license. But the point still remains that the only way she got into trouble for this, the only way the 44,106 other people who were prosecuted in that year, not this year that she was in, the only way they got caught was by talking to the goons on the doorstep. The vans don't exist. They can't catch you from that. There's no crack investigative team. I can prove that by the fact that I get letters every month to the legal occupier. It's not hard to find out. They have my address. They know this address is unlicensed. They go on the electoral register, they can find out. Their investigative team is complete and utter nonsense. The only investigation they can do is knocking on your door with somebody who tries to intimidate you and demand money with menaces. And if you don't know how to handle them, you could find yourself in this situation, whether you play a straight game like myself or you're possibly watching stuff you shouldn't be watching. There is no other way, and it's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, how can I get that message out there more? Because so many people are scared by it. I say, I got my mum, before she got her free one, I got her to cancel it. And she was just laying awake at night worried about getting a knock on the door. And this is me, remember, this is what I do. I know a bit about this. She didn't need to be scared. But she was. And many people think it's something dodgy because they believe that these goons have some kind of power. They just don't. They don't. What do you think about this one? Let me know your thoughts on it down on the comments below. You got any ideas about how I can get this message out there more? I've got some more social media ads that are going to go out. I'm just working on finishing them off. I don't know if I'm going to do the leaflets again because I didn't get that good a response. I got a few licenses cancelled, but it wasn't worth the cost and the effort. that it went to for the leaflets. So I probably won't do those again. But if you've got any ideas, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hit all the buttons and all of that stuff. And if you do that, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon when I... Ta-da!